You feel it right now, don't you? Maybe you've been feeling it for a while and calling it something else. Overthinking, hesitation, not being ready, a vague, persistent sense that now isn't quite the right time. But if you strip away all the labels and all the justifications and sit honestly with what's underneath, it's fear. It has been fear all along. And here is what I want you to understand today. That fear you're feeling is not a warning sign. It is a directional sign. It is not telling you to stop. It is telling you that the thing in front of you matters enough to be afraid of. And that matters more than you know. Welcome to Motivation Daily. This is March 17th, and today we are going to completely change the way you look at fear. We have been taught, by culture, by instinct, by years of well-meaning advice, to treat fear as an obstacle, as the thing that stands between us and the life we want, as something to be eliminated, overcome, or powered through as quickly as possible so we can get to the other side where things are calm and certain and safe. But that framing is wrong, and it keeps people stuck in a very specific way because they spend so much energy waiting to stop being afraid that they never take the step that the fear is pointing toward. Here is a different way to see it. Fear is a compass. It points almost exclusively at the things that matter to you. Think about the last time you felt genuinely afraid of something in the context of your goals in your life. It wasn't about things that don't matter to you. You don't lie awake afraid of failing at something you don't care about. You don't feel the cold grip of fear around the things that are safe and small and already proven. You feel fear around the pitch you care about landing, the relationship you are terrified of losing, the creative work you want to put out into the world but can't bring yourself to release, the bold move in your career that could change everything but could also fail publicly, the conversation that could transform a relationship or end one. Fear clusters around meaning. It follows importance like a shadow. And when you learn to read it that way, not as a stop sign, but as a map, it becomes one of the most useful guides you have. Now, let's talk about the mechanics of fear, because understanding what it actually is dissolves a lot of its power. Fear, at its core, is your brain running a threat assessment. It is an ancient system designed to keep you safe from physical danger, from predators, from cliffs, from situations that could end your life. And it is extraordinarily good at that job. The problem is that your brain cannot reliably distinguish between a physical threat and a psychological one. It cannot tell the difference between the fear of being eaten and the fear of being judged, between the fear of falling and the fear of failing. To your nervous system, launching a business, asking for a raise, posting your creative work, or having a vulnerable conversation can feel exactly as threatening as standing on the edge of a cliff. The same chemicals, the same physical response, the same urgent message, don't do this, stay back, it isn't safe. But you are not in physical danger. You are at the edge of growth. And those two things feel identical from the inside, which is why so many people stop when they should be starting. So, how do you work with fear instead of against it? How do you use it as fuel rather than letting it be a brake?
First, you name it, out loud if you have to. I am afraid of this because it matters to me. I am afraid of this because I care about the outcome. I am afraid of this because I have something real to lose and something real to gain. Naming it moves it from the reptile brain to the rational one. It gives you back a degree of choice that the unnamed fear takes away. Second, you get curious about it. Instead of asking, how do I get rid of this fear? Ask, what is this fear trying to protect me from? Is the threat real or imagined? Is the worst-case scenario actually as catastrophic as it feels? Most of the time, when you examine the fear carefully and honestly, the worst realistic outcome is survivable. Disappointing, perhaps, painful, maybe, but survivable. And survivable is workable. Third, and this is the most important one, you act anyway. Not after the fear is gone, not once you've convinced yourself that it's irrational. You feel the fear fully. You acknowledge it, and then you take the step while it is still present. Because courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is the decision that something matters more than the fear of it. And the moment you act in the presence of fear, you change your relationship with it permanently. You teach your nervous system that fear is not the final authority, that it gets a voice, but not a veto. Every time you do this, every time you move toward the thing that frightens you instead of away from it, the fear shrinks a little. Not all at once, not forever, but measurably, provably. You build what psychologists call self-efficacy, a growing body of evidence gathered from your own experience that you can handle hard and scary things. And that evidence is the most durable form of confidence that exists. So today, I want you to look at the thing you have been most afraid to do, the thing you've been circling, postponing, talking yourself out of, the dream, the decision, the step, the conversation, the one that makes your stomach tighten just thinking about it. That feeling is not a warning. That is your life calling you forward. Answer it. If this reframe hit you today, share it. Someone in your world is letting fear make decisions for them, and they need to hear this. Subscribe to Motivation Daily and come back tomorrow. Drop a comment and tell me, what is the thing you are afraid to do that you know you need to do anyway? Name it. Own it. That's the first step. See you tomorrow. Keep going.